Changing seasons. Oh my goodness. Changing seasons means changing our ways as music educators. And if you're in the midst of the swirling teaching activities that fall upon us during this changing season, today's 5 tips with actionable steps to help you as a music teacher renew your teaching methods while keeping that spirit and essence of education exciting in this changing season, maybe just what you are looking for. So welcome to the Ultimate Music Teachers Live Show. I'm your host, Glory St. Germain, together with the amazing Joanne Barker, where we discuss tips and tricks and current trends and what's happening now in music education and how teachers can easily grow their music teaching business. You can learn more at ultimatemusicteachers.com. So welcome, Joanne. How are you feeling today?
I'm just great. Isn't it great to have the fall season upon us finally?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Whoops. Are we still there, Miss Joanne?
There we go. Sometimes glitches happen in life, don't they?
Sometimes they do. I'm just like, oh, there we are.
I don't know if it's the leaves just went blowing past your window there, or there's glitches. You know what? There are glitches in this life, aren't there? That we have
There are glitches.
That's what it's all. And we need to keep that unmistakable tune of our students marching back to the rhythm of lessons. Above all else, we have to put all that other stuff aside and keep on going, don't we?
100%. You know, Joanne, you've actually struck a chord there with me. And we often dance to those familiar notes, and it's like playing the same song on repeat. Well, it's kind of comforting because we like those songs, but don't you think your students deserve a new and fresh playlist? Are you ready for that, Joanne?
I am ready for that. And you know, they're not the only ones that need the new and refreshed playlist. Sometimes we need that list too.
Yeah, it's so true, Joanne. So how about we unbox some new beats this fall? We're going to toss out the old records and we're going to do a little remix of our lessons with some fresh games, some cutting edge teaching methods, and maybe even a sprinkle of some magic tech. So Joanne, with the changing season, I think we should share 5 tips to truly jazz up our studios and keep that upbeat tempo. How are you feeling about that?
I'm all ears, Glory. Lay those notes on me.
All righty then. All right. So number 1, seasonal themes. So let's incorporate seasonal songs and games into our curriculum. So think about Autumn Leaves or Vivaldi's Autumn. It not only resonates with the current mood, but it also introduces students to diverse genres because we don't just want to be in that one lane, right, Joanne?
Mm-hmm. You know what I love doing too? Another neat idea is take a major key piece and challenge the kids to play it in minor, just to make it sound a little more fall-like or Halloweenish if you celebrate Halloween.
Yes.
Kind of that dark thing. And it's embracing that fall spirit in some way and encouraging the creativity in our students.
Absolutely. And it's all about bringing out the melodies, and it's about playing games. And I love the Ultimate Music Theory games designed by, of course, the lovely Joanne Barker. And they're a really big hit with students, but they're also a big hit with teachers alike. So thanks for creating those amazing games, Joanne.
I love doing it.
Number 2, interactive tech tools. Now, we live in a digital age, so why not embrace it? I know sometimes we're afraid of new things, but why not be open to it? Because there's tons of music apps and software out there. They can make the complex theories simpler and more engaging. And just imagine, students can be composing their own autumn symphonies on a tablet or use Ultimate Music Theory flashcards app just to add a little more fun element into the learning and teaching of theory. There's so many opportunities, and we as educators need to be open to learning this tech stuff, right, Joanne?
We certainly do. It's never too late to take on something new. You know, the way one of my philosophies is that the day I stop learning is the day I'll stop teaching. So I want to keep on learning for a very long time. Bringing that future, let's face it, that future got thrown into our studios really fast a couple of years ago, didn't it? So we had this amazing opportunity. Like, life doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. So this amazing opportunity came our way to jump in and learn about it. That was, we had the choice, learn it, don't learn it. And so many cool things are available to us. The interactive games that I make now, like, I had no idea that I could make those kind of things. And there's just so many great new tech things out there. I love using tech in my studio. And you can keep it simple. You don't have to get super complex.
I agree 100%. And I think sometimes it's just taking a little step, because it's not about overwhelm. It's about opportunity, right? Mm-hmm. And that's how we can really grow in our music teaching studios. So tip number 3, I love this one, Joanne. Collaborative projects.
Mm.
Collaborative projects. So encourage students to work on duets or compose in small groups. They can compose a piece, or they can just even practice together, or they can perform together. It's not only fostering teamwork, but it also adds a really fun element to learning, right, Joanne?
Totally. Pairing up students together is like pairing up instruments in an orchestra. One really great strategy to use, I happen to be a group music teacher, group piano teacher. Why not ask one student to teach another student? I actually had that happen the other night. It was so cool. This guy's name's Ethan, and he's really skittish and nervous. But when he stood up and I said, well, why don't you explain that passage to your classmate? And he went, oh, okay, we do learn 90% of what we teach. So when we enable our students that opportunity, give them that opportunity, if you're doing private lessons, you could ask a student maybe to stay a few minutes late into the next class and like kind of do a little overlap thing and say, well, you explain what you're working on to this student. And then you really get an understanding of what they actually understand, right? Are they getting the concepts and the pride they have inside of them and their feeling of like, oh, I just did that. It's really empowering for students and empowering for us at the same time. It's great. I love collaborating in small groups.
Yes. And, I think the other thing too is that when you're talking about collaborating in small groups, we also want to think about collaborating as music educators. And it's one of the reasons why we've created our upcoming live event for music teachers. It's a 3-day live event, MusicBusinessMastery.live. You can get all the details there. It is about collaborating. It's about learning together as music teachers. When I started teaching 100 years ago, it was such an isolated thing. It was just me and my piano teaching. And other than my teacher, I didn't really have an opportunity to collaborate. So we want to embrace the collaboration for our students, but we also want to embrace collaboration with us in our music teachers community. And I think that's exciting, right, Joanne?
Totally. We have this wonderful platform available to us now that didn't exist. We've had FaceTime and stuff around before BC happened, before COVID happened, but now we've really jumped into this world of being able to attend events and be able to connect with people, to find an accountability partner like we have in the Ultimate Music Theory membership. And it's really great. You don't have to live down the street. I can remember back in 1992 when I started teaching, you'd go once a year to a workshop the bookstore put on that was focused on a particular series of books or something. And maybe you'd attend the music festival and you'd kind of be like, oh, like this little island, and you didn't know the other teachers because we didn't know each other.
Right.
Association meetings, once a month or something, but it's so easy now. We don't have to drive. You don't have to spend, get your winter boots on, clean the car off to go to you can just jump online and talk to somebody. And it's just so wonderful to have that opportunity.
Yep, 100%, Joanne. So check it out, MusicBusinessMastery.live. All right, that brings us to number 4. So number 4, and I love this one too, Joanne, is open studio days. So here's how this works. Once a month, open our doors for an informal share and care session. This is where students can share their progress. They can get feedback. We can introduce new teaching aids or methods. It's a relaxed environment, and it's where they can learn and they can grow together. Plus, and here's the big one, they can bring a friend.
I am a huge fan of bring a friend, just like a musical potluck. Everybody can bring something to the table. And those opportunities, they're kind of like a mini master class. Only you're not calling it a master class, right? It's an open studio day. And it's another opportunity for students to perform in front of each other, because if they are in private lessons, they don't have that opportunity. That's right. Group classes are so wonderful because they're always performing in front of somebody. It's a really good idea to have that open care and share idea. Excellent idea. What's your last tip, Glory?
Last tip. And the last one is a big one, Joanne, and it may be probably one of the most important of all as I see it. And number 5 is continuing education for us as music teachers, because we must remember to rejuvenate our own learning. And we can do that by attending workshops, webinars, courses, such as, our upcoming 3-day teacher training at Music Business Mastery Live. And the more we learn, the more fresh ideas we can introduce to our students. So I really invite you to join us. Of course, Joanne's going to be there. We've got guest speakers coming up. You don't want to miss them. You can grab all the details at MusicBusinessMastery.live. And I can't wait to see you there, Joanne.
I'm going to be there. I'm excited to embrace the changing season. We need to have that creativity to unbox new ideas. It's so easy to fall into that rut of here's this item on the shelf and I'm going to use it. But why don't we take the box that we're used to using and chuck it. Get rid of the box. There's new ideas out there. You don't have to embrace every single idea that comes your way, but introduce 1 or 2 new things into your studio this fall just to freshen it up. Fall is such a beautiful time. And, if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's spring. Oh, imagine spring in New Zealand, how beautiful that must be. Rejuvenation, freshness, a new time of year. So it's a really good opportunity to kind of learn things, something new, bring it into your studio. And make sure you join us at that teacher training event that's coming up, MusicBusinessMastery.live. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Cheers for that, Joanne. Thanks for joining us on the Ultimate Music Teachers Live show. If you like this episode, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, join our Ultimate Music Teachers Facebook group, connect with us on LinkedIn, and let us know what topics you'd like to learn more about. And remember to grab your 3 free gifts at ultimatemusicteachers.com. And until next time, keep your business thriving and teach with passion. Bye now.
Have a great day.